Hi, Miss Stella, and any other person who's reading the comments in this post right now. I want to talk to you. I wanted to write this really long, drawn out response to your comment that Sugar Mama Strong Fitness and Wellness is a scam. But then I thought we can make this a teachable moment because I don't know you. We don't know you. We don't know what your experience with diabetes has been. We don't know how it's affected your life. And although I take exception to people trashing my friend and her wonderful mission, I myself would like to offer to you and to anybody who's watching this video right now some real talk about my diabetes experience specifically and what I've learned and over in this year's time. So I was diagnosed in October 2019, Miss Stella. When I went to the doctor, they said your A1C is 15.4%. Your fasting blood glucose level, which we just took today, is 559. We all know that those are screaming high numbers, like so off the charts. The doctor, in fact, said to me, if you don't get this under control, starting today, you're going to die in 3 months. That's what he said to me. And I had a team of doctors, by the way. And so hearing that, I had no idea what any of that meant, but I'm rolling with the flow because that's what you do when you're given a diagnosis like that. When you're blindsided with a diagnosis like that, all you can do is roll with it until you can get alone and process all the information that's thrown at you before you're pushed out the door to then try to navigate something that you knew nothing about an hour before. So they gave me all the standard medications, the insulin. They wouldn't let me leave without taking insulin. So I was forced to take insulin. They gave me the metformin. They gave me all the statins that they said would protect my heart and my whatevers while I live with this disease for the rest of my life. Because basically what one of the other doctors said is you're going to live with this for the rest of your life. So basically get used to it. And I'm thinking, okay, we'll write that down. That can't be true. And I asked another doctor, have you ever seen a patient beat this disease, get over it? And she said, I've never seen it, but that doesn't mean it can't happen. Okay, fine. So I took that. I left the office and immediately went to research type 2 diabetes because in order to crush something, you have to know your opponent. I needed to know everything about this disease, how it affected the body, and what I could do to reverse the complications, the diagnosis, whatever all of that meant. I learned all of this, and it became a daily habit of mine to learn about the disease and what to do to make it, to mitigate its complications in my life. And so I did that. I changed my diet, went super low carb. And in 3 months, when I went back to the doctor, my levels had been restored. The doctor took away the insulin and all the other medications that I was taking. Hear me, Miss Stella. They took the medications away because my blood glucose levels were now 81 and my A1C was now 5.6%. From 15 to 5, from 559 now to 81 normal levels. So your comment about, once on insulin, you're always on insulin. That's not true. I'm no longer on insulin. It's now a year later. I take no insulin, no medications at all. In fact, the last medication that I was prescribed, which was the one that I was prescribed before I was even diagnosed for high blood pressure, the doctor called a couple of months ago and said, you don't need to take this anymore. You're good. So medication free, levels restored. And so in January, when I was taking off all the medications and given this now new normal to navigate, I had to find a way to sustain it because diet alone, diet is 80% of everything that you do anyways, but I needed to find a way to sustain the success that I had now found with creating a new eating habit, right? To get my levels restored. And so Mary entered my life. her program entered my life, and I didn't really think about it. I really didn't think about it. I just leaped. I just jumped. I took the chance because I figured that if I got my eating together, then the next logical step was to get fitness into my life. Fitness equals wellness. And so I leaped head first. And when I met with her, she said, "What do you want?" And I didn't say to her, "Oh, I want to be able to wear a bikini by summer. I want to be this size." I didn't say any of that. I said, I want to be strong. I want to be able to lift my body when I want to lift it. At the time, it was like 341 pounds. And I had been that weight for 10 straight years consecutively. No up and down, no fluctuations. Bam, right there all the time. And I told her I wanted to be strong. I wanted to be able to lift my body when I wanted to lift it. I wanted to be able to go where I wanted to go without having to worry about seatbelts not fitting and, having to navigate my belly around anything and anybody. I wanted to be free to move when I wanted to move. I wanted to be healthy. I wanted to be strong. And she said, "Okay, let me help you map out a plan." We did that. Next logical step, you have to follow it. And so I entered this group of over 100 something really motivated, really committed, inspired, kick-ass women, also with type 2 diabetes, just like me, who said they wanted more, that they were going to now be in control of their disease. And they were doing it every day. They were exercising. They were getting their eating together, their nutrition together. They were supporting each other with information, encouragement, inspiration, motivation. There was no shame. There was no condemnation in this space. If you fall, you're not beaten up. You're picked up, you're lifted up, you're dusted off, and you go on to fight another day. Because at the end of the day, we're all in this together, whether we're in the group or not. Anyone dealing with this disease, we're all in this together. And so having this level of support in your life, dealing with this horrendous disease, which can overtake you if you let it, it will overtake you. Because many people that I've found in this entire year that I've been researching and finding out everything that I need to know about type 2 diabetes, what I've found is that people who have it don't tell anybody. Because 1, they feel no one understands. 2, they feel no one cares. And 3, nobody really knows about diabetes anyways. And so the inclination is to suffer in silence, to just go within yourself, to cave in, and then which typically makes you want to ignore it. It makes you want to hope, wish, and pray that it's going to go away as you continue to keep the same habits that got you there. And the disease is just overtaking. It's just doing all of this destruction quietly. When the logical decision is always the one that's the hardest because you really don't want to change, even though you know that you really should. But finding Sugar Mama Strong for me was a lifesaver and a game changer. And so anyone out there watching this video, you have the power to change the way that this diagnosis affects your life. I don't know if it can be reversed. I don't even know what reversed means. To me, it means it goes back where it came from, that I no longer have it. Okay, so if on paper they say I'm type 2 diabetic, that's fine. In the real world, the real me, the real person is strong. She's healthy. She's taking 0 medications and super damn proud about it. And I'm shouting it from the rooftops, the mountaintops, the hilltops, whatever, because I want you to know, whether it's you've been diagnosed yesterday or you've been dealing with it for 25 years, if you're 70 years old or if you're 15, 25, you can take control of this disease. You can live well, even if on paper they say you're type 2 diabetic. Even if you have to still have to take medications. And all of the information that you put in about the pancreas not producing insulin. Some people overproduce insulin. The whole thing is that you need to research this disease and find out how it affects your body and your life, and then create a plan to turn it around. It can be done. And let me tell you, I was Miss Couch Potato USA, like literally doing nothing. Even though my job was very active, I still had eating habits that did not facilitate wellness in my body. And I also had a lot of stress. I had a lot of life going on, and I always put myself at the bottom of the list. But I'm telling you, the day that they said to me, turn it around or else, I immediately jumped into action, and it turned around in 3 months. My doctor, her mouth hit the floor. She said, "What did you do?" And I told her what I did. And she said, "That is amazing." It's amazing. And it's not every day that we get to see type 2 diabetics take control of the disease. This was a brand new doctor. And she said that level of self-care is self-love. So I want to impart to you 2 messages. You can do this. And number 2, this program is the way to go. Fitness and health and wellness is not just about moving your physical body, but it's about dealing with the wellness of your entire being, mind, body, spirit. And we talk a lot about mindset. We talk a lot about strategy, because that's something that you also need. You need a good strategy. Just waking up on Monday and saying, I'm going to start my diet today. That doesn't help, because that's the way the world told us to operate. Start a diet on Monday, make it so restrictive that you quit it by Wednesday, and then you're beating yourself up for the rest of the month while you pile on even worse habits to feed your emotions. The way to crush this type 2 diabetes disease is to take immediate action, get a strategy, get into a support circle who will cheer you on, who will encourage you, who will help you to get where you want to be and move on it. So Miss Stella, I don't know where you are. I don't know who told you what they told you, or where you got the information, or what you choose to believe about your diagnosis and your body. But I'm here to tell you, and I'm sure all the women in the comments have said to you, you can turn it around. So anybody watching this, bet on yourself. Take a chance. It's $29.99. I've spent more than that on pizza a week. $52, I think, is what I spent on pizza. $29.99 to get everything that you need to start you on the journey to optimum health. Health is your wealth. Diabetes is not your death sentence. It's not the end of you. It doesn't have to control you. You can control it, but you must know that you can. And I'm telling you that you can, because I've done it. And the women in this group have done it and are doing it. You can change your life. This program is the way to go. All right. So we hope to meet you in the group. Happy Friday, or happy whatever day that you're watching this. And I wish you well. Bye.